And so this video begins in downtown Knoxville, Tennessee, approaching the University of Tennessee. Go Vols, look at that. Haven't been this close to the football stadium since I moved here. And there's the Food City Center, home of the Volunteers basketball teams. I'm thinking of the Lady Vols, the legendary Pat Summitt. And who knew they had dinosaurs here at the University of Tennessee? What species is this? What do you think that is?
Looks like an iguanodon.
I was gonna say the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Thinking of, rest in peace, thinking of dinosaur, Disney's Animal Kingdom. We're going to see some dinosaurs today, maybe some real life dinosaur fossils here at McClung Museum of Natural History and Culture, here in the middle of UT. Do a 360 for you. This is a really nice campus. First time I've been here in the heart of it since I moved here. Chris the Girl on YouTube, Chris the Girl, plug here, found that this dinosaur is a duck-billed dinosaur. Duck-bill, but you can't see the duck. Oh, it does look like a duck. A little bit. It's a great start to duck the video. I mean, start the video. Oh man, I'm up for it. I'm up for it today. It's going to be a quacktastic vlog. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. I am Tennessee Jay. This is Chris the Girl, Knoxville Chris.
Hello.
Thanks for clicking on the video. Welcome to Knoxville, University of Tennessee. Check out this grand entrance to this museum behind me. This is something I've been wanting to do since we moved here, and today it's finally going down. I studied anthropology in college. I think you did too.
I sure did.
I'm into that, archaeology and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, anywho, we're gonna check out this museum today, give you the rundown, give you the tour. Also, we're hungry, we're gonna get some food, maybe on campus. We'll walk down and see Pat Summitt, the statue down there. I got to meet Pat Summitt when I was a kid in person, so it's so cool to see her legacy embraced. Of course, one of the most legendary basketball coaches in history right here. Go Lady Vols. So we're gonna check out that statue too. You can tell I'm excited about that. So yeah, I'm chewing gum. You're chewing gum. I'm gonna get rid of this first. Let the vlog begin. Much ahead. Are you ready to get in there?
I'm ready. Can we see the dog first?
Oh, you want to see the dog? There's a
Yeah.
dog. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh wait, what are we doing? Oh, filming the video. Okay, guys, let's go over here. Much ahead. All right, right across from the football stadium over here, there's a nice park, and of course, they've got their blue tick hound dog. We're gonna take a look at the doggy. And this is Smokey. Smokey is a big blue tick hound. Of course, he's got his Tennessee colors on. There's a little inscription. President Brooks' Blue Smokey II made his debut at the age of 3 months and served from 1955 to 1963. He's an old Smokey. He looks like Bella in the face, of course. Bella's also a hound dog. She's the beagle version. It's a big doggy. And here we are before the doors. Looks like they have an exhibit going down here. Fashioning ourselves, going all the way through December 6th. There's some food dogs right there, and Chris found something right here before the doors. A little exhibit before the exhibit. It's a bunch of petrified wood. This is a tree trunk cast. Pennsylvania period 300 to 320 million years ago. That's amazing. And this is from Mississippi. It is from 56 to 35 million years ago. Petrified wood. It is solid rock. I can just tell that this is one of the oldest buildings on campus. We're walking by the food dogs. We got to walk in between them for good luck.
Awesome.
They are really old. They're probably from China. All right, so we are in the exhibit. Right here's the visitor's desk, the main atrium. We'll show that when we come out. It was free. There are multiple levels, and we're going to start with a brand new exhibit. The power of clothing and adornment. Humans have decorated their bodies with jewelry, clothing, and other adornments for millennia. These modifications can convey unspoken messages about us. And here's the first room. We're going to highlight whatever pops out. We obviously can't show everything, but we're going to show the good stuff for sure. The stuff that we're interested in. Talks about attire with status and influence throughout history. Humans have used clothing and accessories to establish their authority and reflect their status in their community. And it looks like this is from far away, but I'm just going to guess it's from somewhere from Asia. China? It is the Imperial Dragon Robe. You see the dragons on there. It's really neat. Also, we got a top hat and some shoes down here. These are clogs from the Netherlands. The first top hats were made in the late 1700s, shocking the public with their oversized proportions, initially made of felt or beaver fur, and popular with all social classes. Cultural identity. We've got some more hats over here. Yeah, it's a University of Tennessee cap here. It says in the early 1900s, freshmen at UT could be easily spotted by their orange and white beanie caps. Now,
no.
Hazing was a thing. Can you imagine? I'm thinking of my time as a freshman in high school. But can you imagine knowing every freshman with that on? That's I can only imagine what happened here. This is a bear mask. Adam Welch, Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians, made by the band Woodcarver Adam. This mask represents the black bear. Bear masks like these are used in bear dances, a social and ceremonial dance honoring the black bear. The dance helps to restore balance when a bear's life is taken. This kind of looks like the heart of the ocean a little bit. It is from the Victorian era. It says Victorians wore jewelry made of a loved one's hair to mourn them. Hair does not decay, so it was a popular medium for a necklace, also rings and watches. The strands used were often braided or woven into elaborate designs as the choker displays. You wear your dead one's hair. You know us, we gotta find the oddities. This is from Kenya. Mm-hmm. It is known as, I'm gonna butcher this, ingolele. It's a circumcision mask. So basically, if you were getting one of those, you would wear this. And we're talking about mourning here. Mourning attire. Black mourning attire became a visual marker of grief in Western cultures in the early 1800s. The wealthy could afford new fashionable mourning clothes, while the poor often dyed existing clothes. A woman was expected to wear black for 2 years after her husband passed away. Oh, I got a necklace there?
Evil eye necklace.
Oh, yeah. The glass beads on this necklace were intentionally crafted to look like eyes. In some Islamic traditions, the beads are worn or carried as amulets to protect against the evil eye. The belief that looking at a person with envy can cause them misfortune. You got one, don't you?
Yep. That spans across many cultures. The evil eye.
I know Greek too, yeah.
Yep.
All right, I've already learned so much here. This is the last exhibit we're going to show in this room. I'm going right away to this U.S. Army helmet. In 1916, the United States Army began issuing steel helmets to protect troops from the head injuries prevalent in World War I trench warfare, a method used by both Central and Allied powers in the Western Front. This helmet was worn by an American soldier while fighting in France, also known as a doughboy helmet. All right, we're coming downstairs. We're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up for the rest. And also, this is where the restrooms are, so we're gonna hit those up on the way. Oh yeah, I see some cool stuff in there. Human origin, searching for our fossil ancestors. Okay, I'm so excited about this. Looks like we might have some real life artifacts in here too. I'm looking right across there. Whoa, okay. So neat. There's some interactive stuff in here as well. All right, so we start off here. This is where you start. Check this out. This is talking about the infamous Scopes trial. State of Tennessee versus John Thomas Scopes. I believe that this happened a little south of here. John Scopes was charged and put on trial for violating the Butler Act, which outlawed teaching of the theory of evolution in the state. The scientific terms, a theory is tested and supported explanation of why and how things work or happen. The theory of evolution explains how organisms change over time and allows people to understand the diversity of life. The Scopes trial was national news with media, scientists, and the public surrounding the town of Dayton, Tennessee. Here's a picture of defense attorney Clarence Darrow standing center, questions prosecutor William Jennings Bryan during the trial. These are replicas. Pretty much everything you see in here is a replica. This skull right here, a Homo sapien Neanderthal, 60,000 to 40,000 years ago. And this specimen, the actual specimen this is replicated from, found at Mount Cercio, Italy. The reconstruction is based primarily on the La Farcie, one specimen with missing and incomplete elements filled from an original cast of 6 other Neanderthal specimens. So this is a recreation of one of the first Neanderthal skeletons discovered. Some flint rocks from North Africa, estimated 90,000 to 40,000 years ago. These are real. It says anonymous gift. This is a Maastrichtian hand axe from North Africa. It is dated to be about 100,000 years old. Important hominid fossil sites on the globe, all lit up, neatly labeled. I don't know if you can see it, but the lights are different colors, and that's how it works. Looks like a ton were found in Asia. Early modern Homo sapiens. This display here is devoted to the first humans, Homo erectus, 1.8 million to 500,000 years ago. You can see the skull is much more different. The raised eyebrows. This one right here is Homo erectus, found in China. It is dated to be from 500,000 years ago.
The Neanderthals were the first humans who intentionally buried their dead, essentially, which reflecting an awakening of religious awareness. And it just makes me think once again about Bigfoot.
Yeah, because, I was thinking the same thing.
I always wonder, like, where are the dead Bigfoot? Where are the dead? Like, where they died,
yeah.
You know? And I always thought, like, they probably bury them.
They probably bury their dead, or you know, cremate them.
I don't know, but just saying.
This one was found in Indonesia. Is an infant skull between 60,000 to 100,000 years ago, carbon dated. All right, so in the middle we have the Turkana boy and Lucy. Lucy, Australopithecus, found in Ethiopia, estimated to be 3.18 million years old. And I remember the story, I remember learning about this. Lucy was named after a Beatles song, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, because the scientists that had discovered her were trying to think of a name, and that song came on the radio, so they named her Lucy. This is a facial reconstruction of Australopithecus, and notice how it looks very ape-like. Pretty different. You know, they say that Bigfoot is an ape. Huh. This is the Turkana boy, Homo erectus, found in Kenya, estimated to be 1.5 million years ago, or years old. Very small compared to Homo sapien skeletons today. Check out the facial features. Genetic evidence shows that the natural selection acted about 1.2 million years ago to produce darkly pigmented skin in early members of the genus Homo. As activity levels increased in the human lineage, higher levels of melanin protected these hominins from ultraviolet radiation damage. One thing I remember learning in anthropology is that the first humans all had dark skin, and depicting on where they moved in the and the climate of the area, over time the pigment of the skin and facial features would change, and that's how we all have different colors of skin and different features depending on where your ancestors were from. Depicts on why those such traits changed in your DNA. This is comparing chimpanzees to humans. Humans differ in many ways from chimpanzees, the ape that is our closest primate relative.
We share like 99 or
DNA, yeah,
or something like that. DNA.
The foot is very similar, although theirs are more like phalanges, like fingers. They can control their feet like hands. Here's some footprints. This one kind of looks like a Bigfoot track a little bit. Our understanding of hominin fossil record continues to grow as we discover new fossils. There's a little section here in the basement about freshwater mussels. Just got hungry. If you ever wanted to know what the inside of a mussel looks like, there you go. They are living creatures.
So there's 300 different species of freshwater mussels. 130 of those can be found here in Tennessee.
Oh wow, that's cool. You're watching that over here?
Yeah.
Little presentation on the mussels.
I just knew that.
Everyone knows that.
Fact, yeah, come on.
You're flexing, aren't you? Flexing the mussels?
Yep.
We have to take note of this giant clam. I wonder how big of a pearl they brought out of that. That's real. That's crazy. Speaking of pearls, we got real pearls in here. Look at this. This is all about the pearl industry, the pearl button industry. Freshwater pearl, Tennessee's official state gem. Had no idea. And this is the device they would use to punch out the pearls out of the mussels and clams. At the bottom, factory workers sorted the shells first according to species, then to size. And here's an example of what that machine did to these shells. Here's an example of the pearl buttons made right here in Tennessee. Pearl is Chris's birthstone.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's cool.
All kinds of buttons. And we think this is all that's in the basement.
Yeah.
It's a dead end that way. That's the auditorium. They've got like a community gallery going on here, which is really cool. So we're gonna head back upstairs. This is definitely built in the 50s. They've got a creative suite over here. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Create, explore, and learn. And this is right next to Homelands, connecting to mounds through native art. I believe this is Sequoia over here. Cherokee Bronze. He is the creator of the Cherokee language and alphabet. It's really neat because we were just at a Cherokee mound just the other day in North Carolina, in Franklin. The oldest human-made structures on the University of Tennessee's campus is an indigenous mound located about a mile from the museum. Members and representatives from 4 of the 11 federally recognized tribes with ties to Knox County provide their perspectives in this exhibit. The Cherokee Nation, the Coushatta tribe of Louisiana, the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians, and the Muskogee Creek Nation. And we walk through here. Yeah, this is really neat. Taking in the atmosphere here. Mounds are thoughtfully created sites representing multiple ways that indigenous peoples have connected to the land for thousands of years. There are different kinds of functions of mounds, including burial mounds, platform mounds, conical mounds, and effigy, animal or human-shaped mounds, but none are simple piles of dirt. And here are the recorded mound sites in Tennessee. There's a ton in this area along the river. Opens up into a big room in here. And again, we have this all to ourselves right here. This painting was painted by Atsi Cooper from the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. I like the use of color. I like the lighting in there. The purple, the copper, really cool. And then Chris is looking at, what is this here? It's a cool painting.
The ancestors' ways alive.
There's a mound right there too.
Yeah.
Johnny Diacon of the Muskogee painted this. There's a little red truck in there too.
Yeah.
This is called Days Past. It was recently painted, 2023, 3 years ago. Painted by an artist by the name of Aaron Lambert from the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. Notice the mound there? You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of where we just were in Franklin, North Carolina. This could be the Little Tennessee River here too. The mound on top of the hill. Cherokee twined outfit. It's really neat. This was made by Betty Frog of the Cherokee of Oklahoma, the Cherokee Nation of Wahailu, Oklahoma. I'm probably butchering the name of that town.
Made out of hemp.
Hemp. This is turkey feather mantle. It's made with turkey feathers. It's made by Lisa Rutherford. of the Cherokee tribe. It's beautiful. Rabbit tail time capsule. Let's hit this button here.
Achicano, anap, ilay lang ka mil. Chak was satocom. Ontelichigom, Elton, Louisiana kafa. Achayokpa hos ilalik. Achim benililik yanihta. I want to tell a story using both Kwasati and English. I want to show everyone that you don't have to be a first speaker of a language to use it. I tell our creation story in this way, as my father did before me. It is said that long ago, the whole world was covered with water. The only living creatures were birds and small animals that rested on the back of Satta, the turtle. Who will find land for us? They asked, and Sukcho, the crawfish, volunteered. He dove deep into the water and used his strong tail to scoop mud until he built up a mound that emerged from the water. The animals were happy to finally see land. Sukcho continued to scoop, and the mud spread wider and wider. The animals and birds looked in all directions. They were pleased, but the earth looked so flat. So the birds and animals asked Tulukuchuba, the eagle, if he would fly over the earth to shape it. So Tulukuchuba flew up and over the surface of the mud. Everywhere the tips of his great wings touched the earth, rivers, lakes, and valleys appeared. And when he flew upward, his great wings raked up mud into mounds, hills, and mountains. When he held his wings still, wide, smooth plains spread forever. Hokomanka cholik. This is the story we were told of how the earth came to be.
I read that same story at the top of Lookout Mountain. Feels good to sit, huh?
It does.
That's what she just said.
We both had long days at a theme park yesterday.
Yeah.
So.
I was in Cincinnati, you were in
Yeah.
Pigeon Forge.
Yeah.
Check out the videos. And we almost made it out the other side. This painting right here is really cool. What is popping out to you? There's a lot going on here. This is very surreal. There's some blood in there. This was painted by John Henry Goyne. I think that's how you pronounce it. There he is. He's from the Eastern Band of Cherokee. Also Pawnee and Osage. It's on acrylic. It says, "Bright Light, a vision into the plight of southeastern indigenous culture through the eyes of Guernica." My remix of Picasso's Guernica depicts the horrors of colonism and mound desecration from a Cherokee perspective. And I can feel it just by looking at this painting. It's really good. I love it. I would get a print of it.
It's quite sad.
Makes you feel a lot of feelings. All right, so far that's one of my favorite parts of this museum. You walk out the way you came in. Okay, nearest the entrance. Check it out. Geology and Fossil History of Tennessee. This looks really cool. I see some dinosaur stuff in here too. Lots of fossils. What was that?
Do you remember geology class?
Oh yes, wasn't my strong.
Yeah.
I did okay in
neither.
earth science, but
Yeah, let's just say I do not remember.
you do not
geology.
remember. I don't remember a lot
I
of
know
my
it's okay,
classes
but I
either.
don't remember.
That's a big thing of granite. Don't take it for granted. Western or West Tennessee, as they say here, is a lot different than East Tennessee. Look at that. All the mountains, of course. Geology and Fossil History of Tennessee. Down here are fossils of plants, underwater plants. This right here are crinoids. Flower in appearance, crinoids are animals attached to the ocean floor. They feed on organic matter suspended in the water. And they have like a recreation of those here. We've got a theropod print here, originally from Glen Rose Formation, Central Texas, early Cretaceous period. And then we got a skull, dinosaur skull here. Looks like a T-Rex. This one should look familiar. It's got the duck bill. This is a partial skull to a dire wolf. The timber or gray wolf and the now extinct dire wolf were among the large predators inhabiting Tennessee. Can you imagine a dragonfly that big? I think it's humongous. Got a cool scene here. And we leave this room. We enter another. Where are we? Okay, I see a Buddha over there. This is the Decorative experience. Highlights a small percentage of the museum's art and culture collection. Objects in this gallery showcase artistry from American, African, Asian, European, and Indigenous cultures. Now this Buddha was the first thing I was drawn to when I walked into the room. See where this is from. It's really beautiful. Got to get really close to see the detail. It says that seated Buddha on a lotus, dry lacquer, gold leaf pigments. It's from China, the Ming Dynasty, Yongle reign 1403 to 1424, or later Ming 1424 to 1644. Gift of the Arthur M. Sadler Foundation of New York. That is a really old Buddha. This Buddha is over 600 years old. That's incredible. This is a prayer rug from the 19th century. Tabriz, northwest Iran. Get really close.
Point the rug toward the direction of
Mecca. Yep. This is a Islamic prayer rug.
something displayed here. That picture was displayed here, but they found out that that artifact was taken without permission.
Oh, so they gave
Says
it back.
was, yeah, likely looted in the mid 1800s by an American missionary working in the region.
From
and
Iraq.
yeah, so they brought it back to its original spot.
This is an axe from Western Iran. 1500 to 500 BC. Bronze. This is a Buddhist temple bell from China. Check it out. Yeah, it's awesome. It's also bronze. It's an ancient and respected art in China. The bell's handle is formed into one of the 9 offsprings of the dragon. China Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644.
It's a censer used to burn incense.
Oh, wow. Okay. It does look a little charcoaled in there. This is even older than the Buddha. Never seen something like this that old up close. This is like the main feature in here. It's right in the center. Once known Chinese creator, late 1700s. Ink on silk. Dating back to 16th century China, families commissioned ancestor portraits to honor those who died.
They don't know the identity, but they can make assumptions based off of what he's wearing.
Wow. Tang Dynasty, China. Look at the camel.
Yeah.
See the mask? So the Tang Dynasty was from 618 to 907 AD. This stuff is really old. Got the footed dish. The Jaipe body mask is worn by Asmat men during a funerary ceremony celebrating the passage of the dead into the world of spirits. Got some more history to pull out there. Some textiles. Check out this antique glass window here. Stained glass. What's that there? Some document. 9-banded armadillo. Looks like it was printed in 1849. There's a stained glass window over here in this corner. In L. Get a little closer for you. Check it out. This building looks awfully familiar. Stained glass window. Louisville and Nashville Railway Station, Knoxville. Museum purchased in 1991, so it came out of this building. The L&N Railway Station, an eclectic mixture of Northern European styles, was designed in the office of L&N Chief Engineer in Louisville and completed in 1904. Sun coming through it too, so it's really nice. All right, and that's it. We have come back to the start. The stairs we went down are right here in the center around this statue. That was so much fun. I really enjoyed this. What'd you think?
Yeah, it was wonderful. It was really fascinating.
Learned a lot.
Learned a lot.
Hope you guys learned too. Let us know in the comment section what you learned by watching this today. All right, so we're gonna go see the Pat Summitt Statue. I got the directions here. Looks like we walk down this way. Such a beautiful day out here. It was a little chilly this morning. Now it's warming up. It's probably about 65 degrees or so. Here's a sculpture over here. It's a tree sculpture. And here she is. Pat Summitt, head coach from 1974 to 2012. Record: 1,098 wins, 208 losses, 8 national championship. I believe the most winning coach in NCAA history. I'm getting goosebumps. I met Pat Summitt with my dad. It was like the summer of, I think it was 99. We were at the Nike basketball camp in Indianapolis. They still have the Nike camp every summer. Pat was speaking, and it was in between whatever she was doing, and she was outside. She had just got off her cell phone, and Dad recognized her, and we went up, talked to her. My dad was coaching at Warren Central at the time, a high school on the east side of Indianapolis, and he was the varsity basketball coach for the Lady Warriors. And I just remember my dad saying, "That's Pat Summitt." And he was nerding out, and we got to meet her. I don't think we had cameras back in the day, so I don't think we had, or with us, we definitely didn't have a camera, so we didn't get a picture or anything, but it was cool to talk to Pat. Yeah, it's not every day that you see a statue of someone you met. It's pretty cool. If you're looking for the statue, it's right across from the Ray and Lucy Hand Digital Studio. Just a short walk down the hill from the museum. We're walking back to get our car, and then we're going across campus to find some food. And by the way, the parking at McClung was free. We just had to tell them at the front desk. We had to give them our license plate, and that's how they knew not to ticket us or tow us. So come here, park for free right in front of the museum. It's not too far from downtown. Now we're heading to the Mellow Mushroom on UT, our old glory favorite.
Yep.
It's not too far away. Look at that. 1 mile. This is a beautiful campus. I've been on a few. This is one of the most nicest campus I've ever been on.
Wow, great view of the stadium.
Oh yeah, there's Neyland Stadium. Look at the torch. Eternal torch. Wish I knew the name of that statue. Someone's gonna comment below the name of that statue. Got new buildings going up here. It's a gigantic one. Haslam College of Business coming soon. And here we are at the University of Tennessee Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers. We were last year with our friends Brad and Amanda.
Yep.
We love our Mellow Mushroom sourdough bread pizza. This is on the meal plan at the University of Tennessee, so if you're a student here and you have the meal plan, you can come here and eat.
Now it's me, we'd have problems.
Yeah, I kind of wish I went to UT.
We'd have problems.
Not University of Tampa, this one. Although we could say that we did go to UT. We learned a lot today. We were students today. What do you think?
Yeah,
Want to go to UT? We can go back to school and roll in line, work from home. Nah. Did you register your vehicle using the QR code in the parking lot? If not, please register your vehicle. Okay. I hope this is new because I've never done this before here. All right, so this is the QR code you want to scan. Chris pointed this out. If you scan it here, you get free parking. I'm thinking about all the times we've been here. I hope that's new. I never got a ticket. That's good. I remember listening to the song Taking Driver's Ed when it was brand new. That'd have been like 2002? Something like that. Just showed my age. We sat here last time.
Yeah, we did.
Same spot, underneath the mushroom. I decided to get a ginormous Greek salad. Look at that thing. We're listening to like the early 2000s hit. We've been like going back in time here, thinking about Memories of high school.
Yep.
Living it again.
Yep. All the trauma.
Pineapple and mushroom, Old Faithful. One thing I really appreciate about this Mellow mushroom, this TV is always playing The Joy of Painting with Bob Ross. I assure you he's there. He'll be right back. Having a good day?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's so relaxing, just maneuvering around our local city.
Yeah.
Seeing things we haven't seen before, eating things we've eaten before. We're gonna go to the mall, of all places. We gotta do some shopping.
Yeah.
Take care of some business. And we come now to the Westtown Mall. It is actually hopping here. This is the only mall in Knoxville, as far as like a big mall, indoor mall. The only one I know of. We are entering through Dick's House of Sport. All right. Okay, this is officially the largest Dick's sporting goods I've ever seen. Look at the rock wall in here. Whoa. What does that remind you of? Reminds me of Guts, Nickelodeon. They have a whole section of Yeti right in front of these Jumbotrons. It's pretty neat, huh?
Like this.
You like the green one?
Yeah.
Big Yeti cooler. All right, past the bikes over here, they got something called the Field. Oh no, it might be closed. Field closed for event. They're having a private event. Private field rental at Dick's. Have your birthday party. It's almost my birthday. As you were saying, I could have it here. I could have my birthday party here. We'll show you the field on the way out. We can see it from the outside. Check out the elevator. And this is not a dead mall in the slightest. Every store, I haven't been in a mall in a while where every store was filled. Didn't expect this many people here on a Sunday either. And welcome to the field. Second story of Dick's Sporting Goods. Nice little view. There's no one out here. When we pulled up, there was a lot of kids out here, so maybe the private event is over. They've got soccer, they've got basketball, they've got a scoreboard. Oh, look at this.
A lot of balls and frisbees.
Lost balls up here on the lanai. This is where we're at, right underneath the basketball goals. Gorilla. I used to help my dad install those. We actually had a little business in Indiana before we moved to Florida where we installed basketball goals. They have an entire section in Dick's Sporting Goods of just nothing but Tennessee stuff. I've never seen a Dick's do that. What'd you find? That's really nice. $17.94. Really old school. And here are the Big League Chew Wilson gloves. I had a Wilson. Also had a Rawlings. Swinging Sour Apple. Grand Slam Grape over here. And check this out. They got more down here. Here's the front side. The A2000. They even have a Savannah banana section in here. I have never seen that before. And look at this. Smokies. They have a Smokey store inside of this mall as well, but they do have Knoxville Smokies merchandise. Jerseys, t-shirts. Looking forward to going to a Smokies game. They're going to be playing the Montgomery Biscuits, the Rays team. The Smokies are affiliated with the Cubs, of course. They have a trading card section up here as well. They even have Pokemon cards over here. Okay, so I just bought a pack of these at Tropicana Field. I'm gonna get a pack here, $7. Here on this nice table, they have Pokemon cards. Look at that. That's all Pokemon. And over here they have signed baseball cards. There's Aaron Judge right there. That one's not signed, but some of these are.
Oh yeah, his burger.
What?
Did you ever have his burger?
Who?
Judd?
Oh, the Judge Burger. Yeah, we did. Me and Adam did at Yankee Stadium. Picking up a pack of Top Stadium Club, Baseball, Heritage, and the Top 75. $7 each. All right, Dick's made it easy. I actually purchased my cards right there at that register. They have Performance Center, golf, virtual golf over here, virtual driving range. This is literally the biggest Dick's on the planet. Biggest one I've been to. And of course they have a putting green over here. Of course they had batting cages. You want to tell them what you just did?
Should I? Well, I bought a cute tumbler.
She got A cup. Yay!
It's an Awala, which is a good brand, and it's my favorite colors, the periwinkle purple and the lime slime green. So I don't know, guys, I'm not made out of stone here. And then we got glitter straws.
Those were for me.
So yeah.
Good job. Good mauling here on a Sunday.
Yeah.
What a day. Had a great time. Just this is a day in the life vlog. We did some shopping.
Yeah.
We also did a lot of other stuff in the mall, just off camera.
Yep.
Bought some other stuff.
Secret stuff.
Yeah, it's boring stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Anywho, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sticking to the end. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe below if it's your first time. Make sure you check out Chris the Girl on YouTube, her channel. Link in the description below. We'll see you soon. Know you're awesome. Know you're loved. No matter who you are. And no matter what you're going through, just know that there's always much ahead. There's a Tesla dealership right here. This parking lot is full of Teslas right across from Dick's. All right, guys. Bye-bye. See ya. See you very soon. Can't wait to open my cards.